It's like, screw you, like, you're a turd too. It's like, you're the same guy, because what you've done by living in either of these realms is you've taken goodness and righteousness outside of yourself and put it either on things or on the absence of things. Hello everybody, welcome back. It is the last day of Money Week. Before we get started, I just want to give a quick shout out to my good friend Southern Goodness. Some of you may know Southern Goodness. We did a collab back in the day. I did a tour of her van. Link for that's going to be in the description. She signed up for the Robinhood app. Link for that in the description. The Robinhood app is a free stock trading app. It's absolutely free to sign up. You don't pay commissions. You don't pay brokerage fees, which are a lot of reasons why a lot of people don't get involved learning about the stock market. And here's the best thing about it. If you sign up, you get a free share of stock. I get one too, but it's the perfect way to start learning how to trade on the stock market. And since it's free, no reason why you shouldn't do it, so be sure to check that out. Okay. Enough of that. Today, since the last day, we're going to be talking about some big philosophical money ideas. Alright, so it's the last day of Money Week, and so I just wanted to kind of sum it up with a big idea. And there's a philosophical idea in our community regarding luxury versus freedom, and it's a Bob Wells idea. He talks about it a lot, and I think that the idea is wrong for the most part, but there's parts of it that I think are right, and that's where I want to start. The part of the idea that I think is right is that, you know, if you're only making $1,500 a month, for example, and you're spending $500 a month on shoes and going out to eat at the restaurant, yeah, that's obviously impacting your freedom, because you simply just can't afford that, and that you're taking on too much luxury, and therefore you're having to scrape by in probably other areas of your life. And I think in that way that makes sense. But the part of that idea that I think doesn't work is that I think what that idea does is okay, so for those who don't know, this is how the idea works, is that the more luxury you have in your life, the more things and stuff that you own, the less freedom, because you have to pay for these things and you have to take care of these things, and therefore, since that's taking time and money away from you, you have less freedom. And the part of that idea that I think is wrong is that I think that what that idea is alluding to is that if you want to be free, which is a good thing, you have to be a minimalist, and having a house makes you less free, and therefore you shouldn't want that, and that's a bad thing to want. That's what I think is underlying that argument, and my evidence for that is, you know, I go on van dwelling message boards, and I've seen this posted in multiple ways. And this isn't a direct quote, this is kind of paraphrasing, but I've seen something like this. People say things like, you know, I feel bad for all the saps that live in houses and pay rent because they're not able to live a free lifestyle like I am. And I just think that that's so stupid. I think that that's just straight up dumb. Like, if I can be frank about it, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous, because freedom, the lifestyle you're living, that wouldn't be freedom for a lot of people, and it's not. Like, for a lot of people, that's not freedom. Having the house is, and a place to live. So, like, there's the first wrongness there. But what I think that whole philosophical idea does is it puts the goodness in outside of yourself and puts goodness in the absence of things. And it's a spectrum too. People do it in the opposite way. People put success in life on things. Like, it's a spectrum. Like, on one end of the spectrum, you've got the guy who's rented or leased a nice car that he can't afford, just so when he pulls up to the stoplight, he can wink at whoever's next to him. It's like, that guy's a loser. And then on this end of the spectrum, you've got people who are like, oh, I only own, here are the 100 things that I own, I'm a minimalist, and that's what makes me free. It's like, screw you, like, you're a turd too. It's like, you're the same guy, because what you've done by living in either of these realms is you've taken goodness and righteousness outside of yourself and put it either on things or on the absence of things. And that has nothing to do with being good or being free whatsoever. And that's what I wanted to say, and that's what I want to talk about. And so, relating it back to Money Week this week, my hope is that in moving forward in your nomadic lifestyle, or if you're not nomadic or you're thinking about living this lifestyle, by living a more minimalist lifestyle, Or if you're living this lifestyle and you're trying to save and make a lot of money and leverage the sacrifice that you've taken on by living like this, if you're either trying to make money living like this or you're trying to live like this, what makes you good and what makes you free has nothing to do with how much stuff you own or whether or not you value making money. Because here's the thing about money is that you can do so much good with money. It's like having money and having things isn't bad. Like if you build a nice house for your family, it's like, what's wrong with that? Like, how is that not freedom? Like, that is freedom. Like if you have to, you know, take care of your kid living in a sedan, like what, are you trying to tell me that you're free because you don't have a lot of stuff to take care of? It's like, don't give me that. Like, that's insane. So I gotta wrap this up because I'll just talk about this forever. In regards to Money Week this week, my hope is that moving forward, whatever you decide to do, however much stuff you decide to incorporate into your life, or however much money you decide that you want to make, my hope is that you do it from an internal place of goodness, and that the things that you bring into your life or the things that you take out of your life come from a place of truth and a place of understanding what the meaning of things in your life are and what freedom really means to you. I think that's that. I think period. I think that's that for that. All right, so that is that, you guys. I really hope you've enjoyed Money Week. I am going to do another video tomorrow I've talked about the play I made in the stock market this week, and I was hoping something exciting would happen. I was hoping that either I'd lose a bunch of money so that I could talk about this, how stupid I am, or I was hoping that I'd make a bunch of money so I could talk about how genius of a stock picker I am. But it was pretty much flat. I think overall I might be up a little bit, so I'll talk about it tomorrow. It was exciting either way. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. If you like this content, be sure to subscribe. I'll be making more in the future, and have a good day.